we got to start because we have yet another piece of the World Cup falling into place. Wales against Ukraine. Wales beating Ukraine 1-0. All right. I don't think it's a mystery. Everybody said it. Anybody who's not Welsh wanted Ukraine. Well, maybe Welsh or Russian,
maybe some
possibly.
Welsh as well.
Yeah. But in the end, Wales get through. It was incredibly emotional.
It was very emotional, I think, for both countries. Wales because they've only played one World Cup in their history before in 1958 and doing actually quite well. So it was something very special too for this golden generation. And of course for Ukraine and everything that's happening to the Ukrainian people. To have the national team qualifying for the World Cup would have been amazing. It really would have, and I think everybody watching wanted kind of both teams to go there. Only one could go. It was Wales in the end. It was a more open game than I thought it would be in terms of there was loads of chances. There was a very unfortunate goal scored against his own goal by Yarmolenko. That is the decider, but plenty of chances and maybe even a penalty.
We talk margins, but ultimately in that game, it really comes down to the thinnest of margins because you have, Gareth Bale's free kick, which gets deflected past Bushkan. We've got the penalty appeal, which I thought that was a stonewall penalty. We have all those saves that Wayne Hennessy had to make. But these are World Cup playoffs. This is the story. Exactly. This is what makes it so different because, we talk about how there's slim margins in the Champions League and whatever, and sure there are, and we've seen it this year. But it's one thing if it's 180 minutes, it's mano. Here, it all gets done, all compressed into 90 minutes, in or out. And, I really felt for Ukraine. I mean, and I don't say this in any way, take this away from Wales, but what they went through, they had the flag in the dressing room that was there was soldiers at the front. It sent it to them. What I liked about it too, in these situations, often you can get a whole sort of militaristic kind of ambiance around it. I thought that was missing. I thought it was just like, we're Ukraine. We want to qualify for the World Cup. Most neutrals want them to do it because they realize what's going on there. The suffering that's going on there. And then in the end, though, I thought Wales deserved it because, and the game could have gone the other way and you can deserve it as well, right?
Yeah,
you have
completely.
to take your chances.
Yeah, exactly, completely. I thought the atmosphere was amazing. I mean, the battering rain making it even more dramatic, I thought. And then you're right, it was a case of who kept their nerves a bit better, who's just a bit more efficient in the final thirds. And Wales got a bit lucky too, but this is a golden generation that has reached the last 2 Euros. And now this World Cup, which was something that I don't think 10 or 15 years ago no one would have thought they could achieve, and yet they did. And I think Gareth Bale, Aaron Ramsey and Hennessy, Joe Allen, all the ones who've been there for 10 years deserve so much credit for.
There's an obvious Gareth Bale question here because, of course, as of June 30th, he will be officially unattached.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's going to go to the World Cup. I'm assuming he's going to want to find another team.
Yeah,
he's been coy about it.
It would be Cardiff, surely.
100%, you're certain?
Yeah, I think he would have retired had they lost to Ukraine, really. He would have. And he kind of hinted it to a little bit after the game, by saying like, oh, are we putting on hold
retirement?
Retired from
football or retired from international football?
No, I think retired from football. I think what keeps him going at 32 now is that World Cup with his mates. And this is the last hurrah, really. And I think he will go to Cardiff maybe as a sort of being paid as you go, and for some games he's going to be paid, doesn't need money anyway, and then be fully fit, ready for that World Cup and go for it and then finish the season, and then after that I think it'll be over.
I mean, I find that to be an absolutely remarkable solution. I get why it makes sense from his perspective, that obviously the World Cup is the ultimate goal now at this stage. But who knows? Maybe he goes to Cardiff if this is where he wants to go. Yeah. He certainly has, as you said, he has enough money. He can allow himself those choices. Maybe he rediscovers football.
Yeah, maybe. And then there's the Euros in 2024, which, again, I think is a long way away for this generation, not just Gareth Bale, but overall.
Well, tremendous achievement. I was struck most by the fact that a poll came out in Wales, and football is now the #1 sport in Wales. I thought that was absolutely incredible and perhaps a sign of the times.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.